Are the iPhone and the iPhone XS Max failing? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. So honest it hurts. This is your first time here. Thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, well, thanks for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Well, let's talk about this idea that the iPhone XS and XS Max may not be doing as well as we had hoped they might be doing, or at least Apple hoped they might be doing. We've had the pre-order of the XR, and while it hasn't sold out, it seems to have done okay. So there's been some controversy. I did say I wasn't going to order the XS or the XS Max, but I did go out the day that they were released and was the first person in line at my local AT&T store. Well, I was the only person in line. I've gone to my carrier store lots of times on release days, and there have always been in my smaller town at least 4 or 5 people in line waiting to get the new iPhone, but no one in line on iPhone release day really surprised me. In fact, I went back to the AT&T store a few days ago and I asked, hey, how did the rest of iPhone launch day go? And they said that they had me come in, and then nobody else came in until mid-afternoon to get the iPhone XS or XS Max. That to me says, even if there are a lot more pre-orders these days, that's not good. And I find it hard to believe that in towns the size of mine, college town, that there weren't people who didn't pre-order that. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, usually you see people there, and there was nobody. And there was nobody for a while. So over the past month plus, I've been keeping an eye on what I can learn about sales. While Flurry Analytics reported that the iPhone XS and XS Max were up in sales from last year, and other analysts, including Ming-Chi Kuo, who's well known as one of the best sources for Apple info, reported that the XS Max is outselling the smaller XS by 3 or 4 times. An analyst says that the 256 storage option is the most popular. The 6.5 iPhone is doing better than expected. Again, Ming-Chi Kuo said in a note reported by Mac Rumors that the 512GB option is subject to serious shortage because Samsung is the only reliable supplier of that storage model. GSM Arena reported with the iPhone 6 and especially the iPhone 6 Plus, Apple made the move to larger screens, a move that proved wildly successful for them. The XS generation also bumped up the screen size, but the chatter from the supply chain indicates that Apple will not be able to recreate the success of those previous phones. The first wave of sales of the iPhone X and XS Max wasn't as hot as the sales of the iPhone 6 Duo. It's way too early to really know how the XS and XS Max are going to do over the next 10 plus months, and Apple doesn't ever release solid sales numbers. In addition, we haven't seen the release of the iPhone XR yet. Prognosticators out there among us are split on what they think the XR is going to do. Some believe that it's going to be Apple's breakout hit of this year, while others, myself included, are not sure if the phone will be as compelling to a customer base that's used to getting the best of the best from their iPhone purchase. And for the first time in Apple history, Apple has reduced the screen resolution and backtracked on materials to make the XR more budget friendly. It has all the same internals except for 1GB less RAM. No doubt the XR will be a good phone by most measures, but will it be up to customers' standards for iPhones? Pre-orders happened a couple of days ago. I went online just a couple of minutes before I started this video to see if I could order the XR in the product red, which is what I would get if I were getting a XR. If you want me to get a XR and review it, let me know down in the comments and I'll do what I can to grab one. And as of now, the XR in product red is available from Apple's website in every storage capacity. 64, 128, 256. You can get it next Friday, the day it releases, on day 1. And that to me, I thought would be one of the more popular versions of that phone. But yet, here we are, nearly 3 days after the pre-orders went live, and you can get this phone for day 1, for delivery or whatever. So what do you think about that? Meanwhile, I was recently in Los Angeles for the annual VidSummit conference, and while the event draws people who are generally predisposed to buying the latest tech, I didn't see very many 10s or 10s Maxes out there among the conference goers. And there were plenty of other iPhones. I polled conference goers about what phones they were using, and the vast majority of these people were using iPhones, but very few were using the brand new models. During my travels, I didn't see a single iPhone XS Max, and that experience was seconded by my friend Roberto Blake, who travels all the time and hasn't seen the new phones anywhere he's gone since it's been released. Can we draw any solid conclusions from this information? I mean, we won't know anything about Apple's sales until the earnings call that happens in January, but triangulating all these different data points provided some evidence that the iPhone XS and XS Max may not be performing up to the standards of previous models. So maybe the XR is gonna be the one that pops. Maybe it's gonna bring back the magic. But with a price tag of $750 to start, it will be interesting to see. The thrifty consumer can snatch up plenty of other phones below that price point, including the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8, and those will still compete in performance and features with these newer iPhones. In fact, the one iPhone model that's shown growth in sales over the past month is the iPhone 7, a model that's a full 2 years old now, but starts at a much more budget-friendly price of $449 for the 7 and $549 for the 7 Plus. Whether you chalk it up to it being an S year, where relatively few upgrades have been made, or if you believe, like some, that the iPhone customers this year have been waiting for the XR, although after pre-order, I'm not sure that we're seeing that, signs point to a soft year for Apple's phones, especially their flagships. A lot can change between now and the first quarter earnings call, but right now, it doesn't look like the XS and XS Max are the breakout hits that we're used to seeing come out of that space donut. What do you think? Do you think the XS and XS Max are failing? Do you think the XR is going to be the savior for Apple this year? Let me know down in the comments. We will have a boisterous discussion. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you've never been here before and you want to keep coming back, then you know what to do, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you've been here before, you guys are so awesome. I really do appreciate it. Until the next time, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest, it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out!